everybody. Laura back again in my regular 2:30 Tuesday afternoon time slot. And let's see. Okay, I'm getting stuff together for my 250 giveaway. Um, Last I looked, I'm like 158, so got a little ways to go, but I'm starting to pull it together. So I've got a set of 2 notebooks. And remember, this is for when I hit 250. I'll put out a special video that everybody can comment on. Not this one. Okay, I will put out a video. I just haven't done it yet. Oh, sorry. Didn't get that thought or the word out. So this is 2 Hello Summer and then this blue. And this is a dual jade facial massage roller. It cools, tightens, and tones your skin. I thought it was cool. I've never had one, but I thought it was cool. And yes, I know there's some guys in the group, but you know what? You got to have some woman in your life, even if it's your mom, right? Okay. Um, Next, I have 2 of the Just Active worsted, which is this one's called Light Blue. This is Premier Yarns from $1.25 store. It is 80% polyester, 20% acrylic, 109 yards, 100 meters, 50-gram ball. It is a medium 4, but it is a very fine medium 4. It's too light for what I bought it to do. I did use one, but this is too light for what I bought it for. So I thought I would pass it on to somebody who might want it or need it or can use it. Hi, Venus. Did you come to visit us today? Yeah, there's my girl. Also, I'm adding a set of tail in my face, a set of stitch markers that I've made. And I'm going to have my stitch markers for sale soon on Amber's website, fosteringcrochet.com. Also, I wanted to let you know over to Kitty's back, get your tail down, Missy, that my pattern on Ravelry is still for sale. I went ahead and extended that to April 5th. I hope this is the right banner. Okay, whoops, I forgot to change the date. I've extended it to April 5th. Because my second child's birthday is coming up. And so I just decided to extend it for that reason. Okay, now my ticker tape is rolling. Okay, so that pattern is still 40% off till April 5th. That's 40% sign, little o, little f, and that will get you, I believe it makes it $1.50 instead of $2.50. Okay, so that's all the news I have. I do want to say thank you if you're joining me on replay or live. Thank you. I don't know what's going on except the cat's playing with the computer. Um, what was I saying? Oh, I appreciate all of you, whether hi, Ivy, whether you've been with me for a while or you're fairly new. I know a lot of you have enjoyed the Laura and Amber hour. And I hope to have her back in April, but she and I haven't talked about any dates yet. Okay, Kitty, we don't need to see your back end. Thank you, sweetheart. Okay. I love you, Venus. So that's pretty much my news. As I said, I will be putting out a video for my 250 giveaway that I'll need you to comment on, and I'll let you know what word I need you to comment on. And it looks like the kitty wants to be the star today. Hi, Venus. Come on, honey. Yeah, I forgot to shut the door too, didn't I? You're right. Oh well. Honey, where's your spot? Oh, I know. I have about 2 inches left on my big, huge blanket, which is the one that my pattern was written from. I'm getting close. I need to have it done before the beginning of May, so I need to get it finished. I mean, it is my priority right now. It has been since December, but it really is my priority now. I need to get the crocheting finished, excuse me, as well as getting the ends all tucked in. Why you want to be so lovey-dovey right now when I'm in the middle of something, huh? Come on, find a string to play with. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. You're okay, kitty cat. And up she comes again. Well, Ivy, do you have any questions for me? I've got I've got a project started. Um, well, I mean, I'm working on planning it out. That I don't know if it'll be a pattern per se, but I'll definitely do a tutorial on it. And I've got another pattern that I'm working on. Hi, sweetheart. Uh, well, actually, I'm still figuring it out. It's not mine, it's one I bought. Let's see if I can find a couple of pictures of my stitch markers. I just took them, so they should be right here. Come on, Miss Kitty. Okay, I don't know how easy this will be for you to see, but there's one set of stitch markers. I don't know why I've got the halo in there. Oh, because it's in the picture, that's why. And here's another set, which I can't keep hold in front of the camera because cat keeps moving around. Okay, well, that's not working. Sorry. All right, Miss Venus. I need you to go find your place. Where's your bed? Where's your bed? I gotta give the cat some treats. Go get them. They're on the floor. All right, there's one there. The rest are on the floor. You just got to find them now. Hi, Kay. Yes, she is lovely. I do love her very much. And I don't know why she suddenly decided she needed to be all over me and have all sorts of pets. Go get your treats. They're on the floor. Go get your treats. And don't touch my computer again, kitty. Oh, goodness gracious. Um, so I will have my stitch markers on sale. I sent the info for the first 2 sets over to Amber Allen. They're going to be on her website, fostering crochet. Whoops, just found a mistake in that one. So I guess I have to edit it now too. I don't know how that J got in there. And show. So it has been a very interesting week. And there's Amber. So it must be in the middle of it. That's the truth. I didn't even get to pull my crocheting out of my bag this morning before she was in my lap sound asleep. And I was like, okay, guess I'm not crocheting right now. Yes, Amber, I know. I sort of announced it a little bit ahead of her, but I gotta, um, I don't know. I had a feeling that I needed to get it done today. So I took the best pictures I could, sent them over to Amber, and she'll get them up on her website for me. Fostering yarn. Did I do that wrong? It's not fostering crochet, it's fostering yarn. Okay. Then I will fix that now too. Boy, it's just been a day for mistakes for me. Okay, so it's fosteringyarn.com. And that was my mistake from a couple of weeks ago, in fact. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate you setting me straight again. uh, Hi, mobs. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. Did you eat your treats all off the floor already? Miss Kitty, Venus, huh? Sitting up here on the table with me again. I don't know what you're hearing. The birdies are outside the bedroom window, not the laundry room window. The laundry room is the next room over from my room. And at least the noisy dogs are in the basement, so I don't have to hear them up here on the second floor with the laundry room on the second floor. Yes, I do like my laundry room on the second floor. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Oh, I was telling you about my daughter's blanket. Almost done. I got about 2 inches left. Approximately 9 rows to go. Oops, sorry. Okay, I can show you my crochet mosaic. If I can get the yarn out of the bag. There we go. It's finally coming along. I can actually see the pattern starting to emerge. And I've got let's see, 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 sets of rows done. I was about to start, I think, yep, I did start on the 5th row, the 5th set of rows, and now the pattern's really starting to show up. It's going to be so much easier for me now to follow. Get it close enough. There we go. Thank you, Kay. It's coming along. This one I'm not too worried about when or how I get it. Not how, obviously, I'm crocheting it. But when I get it finished, I've got other things I need to finish. Far more before that one. So that one I just work on when I have time. When I have time or when I don't want to work on something else. You're sweet, Kay. Thank you again. So I got Cheryl and Mobs and Kay. I thought I had given Kay a blue dress. Let's go over here and find the live. And I can't remember how to do this part. Give me a second. Okay. Nope, that's not the one I thought it was. All right. So back over here. Okay. And Samantha, she is in blue. She is? Okay, great. That's right. It doesn't show me in StreamYard. I forgot. Thank you. The mosaic is not that hard. It's just pure counting. So if you've done anything with lots of holes in it, lace, you have to count how many times you do or how many chains you do, this is the same thing. That's all it is. The double crochet, also called the mosaic double crochet. Um, I had to get used to going down underneath because I kept trying to go down through the top of the stitch and that wasn't working. So I pulled that all out and started over and yeah, it doesn't show on StreamYard. I finally remembered that. Oops. Um, the mosaic double crochet, I had to learn to come up underneath, picking up the stitch, pulling back through so I had enough to work the double crochet. That's been the hardest part for me. Otherwise, it's just counting. And yes, I've been off on my counting more than 3 times at least. And I pulled it out each time. It's like, oh, darn it, I just finished fixing that. And then I found another mistake further down. I had to go back down to that mistake and fix it. Because I was only, I mean, it's less than a row. I was less than a row ahead. Less than, as in I was just on the next row and I found a mistake as I was going across. It's like, oh, darn it. So I fixed all my mistakes so far that I can see. I go through and I count it at the end of a row now just to make sure. Now I don't count the stitches, but I count the pattern. So it's like two single crochets and a double crochet. And I don't think MDC when I'm counting through it, but that the mosaic double crochet and then a 2 chain space and then whatever the pattern is. So you get the idea. At least you don't have to rip out no, I didn't have to rip out the entire row, luckily, because I took the time at that point when I found the third mistake and I said, okay, Laura, go back and start at that row and come back across and make sure it's all right so that you don't have to start it, rip it out even further next time. So like I said, now I count it at the end of each row from the beginning of the pattern to make sure that it's correct before I start going back across, because going back across only works if the row with the main pattern in it is correct. Because I like this 2-row method rather than having to deal with all the ends, because I am not an end person. I don't like ends. I don't like ends. And let's see if I can find the ends that I don't like that I have to work on. Here's the ends on one corner of my daughter's blanket. And I don't like ends. So I've got a lot of ends to do. Which is why I have to get the rest of the crocheting done on that thing. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm going to do a video for the 250 giveaway so that everybody can make their comments. I decided, yes, that is a lot of ends, Charlotte, exactly. And I don't like ends. So when I was looking at mosaic patterns and single rows and ends at every single row, I was like, no, I got to find something else. And I did. And I love her pattern. And if I, what was I going to say? If I design any mosaics, I'm going to follow her 2-row pattern instead of that single row pattern, because that's just not for me. Nope, I'm not an ends person. I let my sons, excuse me, I let my second child, I let his, I let the second, boy, am I blowing this. Okay, my son's blanket that I knit for him, which was for a queen size, a double queen size, full, I guess I called full queen size. Fits great on his queen size bed. Well, the one he was using anyway. Fit great on a full size bed. I don't even remember how long it was, but I let it sit. I gave it to him. I didn't have all the ends done. And I said, all these ends need to be sewn in before this thing can be washed. And he brought it to me a couple years later and said, this thing stinks, it needs a bath. And I said, well, it can't get a bath until I get all the ends in. And that thing sat on my floor, or yeah, I guess it was the floor, sat in my pile at the foot of the bed and waited for 3 years, maybe. I don't know if it was even that long before I sat there and sewed in all the ends and found a hole that some bugs had chewed into the blanket. So I had to fix that too before I could wash it. And I told him, I said, now that it's clean and I've sewn the ends in, if you see any ends coming out, and I showed him where the bugs had eaten that I'd fixed. I said, if you see any ends coming out, leave them alone. Either sew them back in or leave them alone, because eventually it's an acrylic, it's all acrylic. Some of that acrylic is from the 70s. It was stuff my mother gave me that she didn't get used or didn't finish using. And I even took out a sweater that she had partially knit so that I had the yarn instead of cutting it, which is what I should have done. I pulled out all the knit and then I used it to knit into his blanket. So it's got this funny, the funny wobbles because it had already been knit for centuries. No, not that long, Laura. For 30, 40, at least 40 years, maybe closer to 50 before I pulled it out and used it in a blanket. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what the tears are for, Cheryl, but yes. But he has that blanket with him now where he's living. Both my kids moved out of state in 2021. So I don't even have them close by anymore. Let's see, I showed you that. I haven't shown anybody my sweater for a while. So here we go. Oops, that's the back down there. This is the back because it's got the stitch marker. So this is the front. So I should be holding it this way with my head in the middle. There we go. I'm getting there. It's a raglan sleeve, so that I'm still having to do all the doubles. It's the pink. Whoops, I got the wrong side even. It's the pink with the underlying gray. The gray is the second row. Well, actually the first row, because it's the first one in the collar. It'll be the last one at the bottom of the sleeves and the bottom of the sweater. It's a really fun stitch. It's a double crochet. This is a very, very lightweight yarn. It's like a 1.5. Some of it's a little bit thicker. The pink is a little bit thicker and the gray is a little bit lighter. So the gray is really light. And then the pink is more like a 1.5 to 2 weight, where the gray is definitely a 1 weight. I'm just very glad that I decided to do the colors where I did, how I did, but it's a really fun, it's double crochet and then trebles for the pink. And then the gray is just single crochets all the way around. And I count at the end of every row to make sure I did it right. So it's coming along, still in the yoke, but it's coming along. I try to get a couple rows done every day, but that hasn't been happening lately because my daughter's blanket became a priority again. A very high priority, because I only have till the end of April to get it finished, because she should be going through graduation the first Saturday of May. Should be. I haven't heard anything. And it's only the end of March, so I don't expect to hear anything until almost the last minute. Does everybody else have kids that do things last minute? And she's the one that was always last minute. And I'm not going to say anymore because she might be watching, but I doubt it. Thank you, Cheryl. I love my pinks and purples. Purple is my favorite color. I love my pinks and purples. I added a couple of things to my room
the pink Mickey Mouse cup and the blue Mickey Mouse cup. Ooh, I can't quite, there they are. Those were from my husband's and my honeymoon. We went to Disney World in Orlando for our honeymoon. So I'm going to make a shawl called the French scarf. I don't know if you can see this very well. That's not too bad. That's about how it looks to me when I look at the paper. It's called the French scarf from 2009. Hello, Bonnie. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. By Elaine or Eileen. I'm not sure if is that an I? Ellen? I don't know. It looks like two L's. Anyway, Warren, it is copyrighted. Eileen Warren Designs in California. ELLENEWARREN.com if anyone's interested. It is a knit pattern and it is done with boucle and a brushed kid mohair. And I do have kid mohair that I'm going to, well, I don't know if it's kid, but I have a mohair yarn I'm going to use. Although I'm not doing a boucle because I don't have any. And uses a crochet hook to actually get it started on and off the knitting needle. So that's going to be interesting. I've never done a crochet cast on. It's supposed to be my second new cast on that I've learned this year. This month even, if I get to the starting of it. But it's a very, very fine, because of the mohair pattern for this scarf shawl. So that's something else I'm working on, playing around with. Hi, Maribel. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Son likes telling me stuff last minute, but not my daughter. She already told me she graduates with master's on May 14th. That's great. See, I had to ask my daughter in early March, are you going to be able to make it down, and what weekend is graduation? And all she said was the first Saturday in May. So I'm hoping I still remember that that's what she said, because my memory, who knows? Everybody saying hi to each other. Oh, Cheryl, I'm sorry. I missed your son is like that. Well, both my kids are actually, but my son is he's such an introvert that he won't tell you anything unless you ask. So that's in some ways worse than my daughter telling me last minute. It's that I go, oh, didn't he need to do this 5 minutes before he's supposed to be there? I'm like, aren't you supposed to be somewhere today? And then he comes down, yep, and I'm ready to go. It's like, okay, but I'm not, because I just remembered because you forgot to mention it to me again. But, you know, they're on their own now. They're adults and they're on their own. They're living in their own situations. I called it crochet cast on, and I'm not 100% sure that that's what it is now that I think about it. But okay, Cheryl, thanks. I'm hoping that I like it too. Let's see, where did she put that? I can't even remember. Crochet cast on, that's what she called it. Okay, I thought I did have it right. So yeah, hopefully I'll like it too, since I love crochet. I loved knitting for a good 7 to 9 years. It's been almost 12 since I started. I've learned this last year with my daughter's blanket, though, that I cannot do big, heavy things. I have to do small things and sew them together, or just figure out how to crochet it instead of knit it. I can turn my daughter's blanket over just fine crocheting it. I can go around and around and around, but turning it over when I was knitting it, it just was getting too heavy
It was hurting my wrists. It was hurting my fingers. It was hurting my shoulders. I can't explain it. I can't wait to start a pair of socks though. I've got a whole bunch of sock yarn right up there underneath my purple unicorn. Nope, I take it back. It's over here underneath rainbow. But yeah, I can't wait to start knitting socks again. I've just got to get my daughter's blanket done. So I keep pushing myself to get that one work done. I have about 9 rows left, 2 inches of the moss stitch. And luckily that's a nice easy one. So it goes pretty fast. It's a huge blanket. It's getting huge, I should say. It's just getting huge going around it. Okay. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I appreciate it. My time is up. It's 3:01. I appreciate all of you that showed up. Appreciate all of you that watched and replay. Please be safe. Hi, Sandra. You came in right as I'm about to leave. I've been here since the live started, but was working on a blanket. Well, I'm glad you heard at least most of it then. But bye, everyone. It's time for me to go. Be safe. Bye. Come on.